Good morning, everyone. This is Professor Vinayak, and I'll be taking the demo for the Mastercam Sim Lab. In this, the lab is divided into two groups. One is Mastercam Milling, wherein you are going to design a component and then check for the simulation, how the simulation is happening, and whether there are errors or not before putting it onto the CNC machine, wherein if you have very expensive tools to be used or an expensive raw material, you cannot directly input the CNC program onto the CNC machine. If there is a loss of tool or breakage of the tool or even the breakage of the raw material, then it will be a huge loss to the company. So what we do is, we first put it into simulation software, check for the simulation, and then transfer the same program to the CNC machine. So here today, this is what the Mastercam window will look like. So once you open this, you will find a blank screen. So first, if you have on the desktop, when you press F9, the grid will come, that is coordinate axis, positive x and y, negative x, positive y, negative x, negative y, and positive x, negative y. So this is the coordinate axis. So all the drawings which we are going to practice will be in the first coordinate only, until unless if you have a symmetrical job around x and y axis. If it is a circular job, then you can do it at the center of the coordinate axis, that is at the origin. So what we are going to do is, everything is going to be on this first coordinate only. So you can see here the Mastercam Mill version 8. This software is uploaded on the drive, and a link has been shared into the Google Classroom in all the divisions. So you need to download it through your official email ID only. You cannot download it from a Gmail ID. Only the git.edu ID only you can download this, as well as the Fanuc software. Fanuc is typically a programming software where you program and then the design is generated. Here you design, simulate, and then the program is generated. There are two parts. So in this, once you download that, you need to open the folder, crack folder. Through crack folder, you're going to replace that file. That video I will share it separately how to do that. We'll start with the demo. So here you can see analyze, create, file, modify, xform. First, you need to set up the screen. Here, click on the screen, then you click on configure. Configure means whether you want it in metric units or you want in English units. English units is basically inches. So click on configure. On this left hand corner of this window, system configuration, mil 8 cfg metric, it is already by default metric. While installing, it will ask you whether you want English units or metric. So according to that, it is going to install. So right now it is by default metric. In two or three of the exercises, you need to change into inches, that is English units. Right now it is metric, so let it be metric and click OK. So now it is set. Again press F9 to get the grid. Now we will start with the main menu. So the menu which is here is also having shortcuts here with screen zoom, screen unzoom, screen fit, screen repaint. What screen repaint is, sometimes not all the laptops are having the refreshing rate very fast. So when you click on the screen repaint, it starts refreshing the screen. So whatever you have drawn and you have deleted some parts, you need to refresh that. Then you will find the original drawing onto the screen. So here you have create, file, modify, xform, delete, screen, solids, toolpaths, and NC tools. Right now you have seen the screen configuration. We'll go to create. Once you click on create, you'll find options point, line, arc, fillet, spline, curve, surface, rectangle, drafting. And when you click on next menu, you will find chamfer, letters, pattern, ellipse, polygon, bound box, f plot, gear, h table. So we are not going to use all this. We are going to use the first four menus, and then in the next menu we are going to use ellipse. So coming back, if I click back up, if I go into the line, if I click back up, it will come to the previous menu. But if I go to the line, then I'll go to the vertical, and then if I directly click main menu, it will come to the main menu. If you click backup, it will just go to the previous step. If you click main menu, it will come to the step number 0. So now I click create, I click point. Now when I click point, position, it will ask me the position where you want to. So if I click on position, on the left hand corner you can see create a point or specify a point. Now you have many options here how to do it. You can go for center, but right now we don't have any drawing, or we don't have endpoints or intersection, midpoints, anything. If I click on origin, you can see a plus green color point is created. So this is one point. The plus sign itself is a point. So if I want to create one more point, I'm still in the same command. On the left hand corner, you can see create point, specify a point. Now, since I am doing everything in the first quadrant, I'll just randomly give 25. This is my x-axis, comma 25 is my y-axis. When I click enter, it has created a point at a distance of 25 from x and a distance of 25 from y, and it has created here. So if I want to randomly create one, I can go on clicking with the left mouse button. It will create multiple points. So now I don't have any other thing in a point. I just go back up. I'll click back up. I'll first create a line. Now in line, you have options of horizontal, vertical, endpoints, multi-points, polar, and then tangent, perpendicular, all these things you have. First, I will click as endpoints because right now I want to create between the endpoints. Now on the left hand corner, it will ask me create a line endpoints or specify the first endpoint. My first endpoint might be this point or this point. Endpoint means whatever the point is created, it itself is an endpoint. So when I go near to this, it will become white. That is the selection of this point. So I'll click this point, and I can, when I go near to that point, it becomes white. That is the selection, second point. Now again, I need to click on this and this. I need to create again left mouse click because I'm still in the same command. Left mouse click and this point, same command, left mouse click and this point, same command. Now coming to back this one, I'll again go to point. Now here when I click on position, I can go for endpoint, intersection, midpoint. Now if I click midpoint, select line or arc or spline. I have this line, select this line, it will create a point between the exactly at the midpoint of this. Select here, it will create one point at the midpoint of this line, at the midpoint of this line, this line, this line. When you go near to that line, it becomes white. So you just click left mouse button, it will become, or it will create a point at the midpoint. So at the center, if you have a circle, just click center and select the circle, it will create one midpoint. So this was all about points. Then you have something on line. In line, if I click horizontal and if I click first point here, I can, even if I try to make a vertical line, it will never allow me. It will ask me the length. I can either type the coordinate axis for it, or just click here and it will say the y coordinate axis. It will generate by itself. Press enter, it has created one horizontal line. Then you have backup, you have vertical points, vertical lines, vertical line from endpoint, endpoint of this line. If you are near to this endpoint, it will create a line from this point, okay, or if you are near to this, it will create a line from this point. So this is only vertical line. You cannot create horizontal line because you are in the command of vertical lines. Just press enter, click, press enter, so it has created. Then I want a line from the intersection. I don't have an intersection right now, so I want a point from the midpoint. Just select this line from the midpoint, a vertical line is drawn. It's done. So if I want to extend it, I have an option of extend. I'll just show you that. If I click create, sorry, it is not here. Yeah, it is in X form. No, it is in modify. When I click on modify, again I get fillet, trim, break, join, all these things. I have something called as extend. When I click on extend, the minimum extend line is 1.25 millimeters. I can click on the length. I can extend it by 10 mm in one shot. So click on that, click which end you want to extend. If I click this end, it will extend on that side. If I want to click this end, it will extend this side. So why I have done that, I will create line with endpoints I want at the intersection. At the intersection of, it will first tell me select the line arc or spline. This is my first line and this is my second line. At the intersection of this, I can create a line at any given direction. I'll create here and press enter. So one line is created at the intersection of these two lines. So you need to select these two lines to tell it that there is an intersection here. You create a line from there. So in lines, again, you have multiple polar. If I give polar, first create a line polar, specify an endpoint. I'll select this endpoint. Then it will ask me to enter the angle in degrees. Here you can see the angle in degrees. If I click 45 degrees, okay, and the length of the line as 50 and press enter, it has created a line at 45 degrees from 0 to 45 like this. So again, if I want to create one more and I give 30 degrees, okay, the same length 50, enter, it has created a 30-degree line. So if you give one more line, if I just select it here, if I give angle in negative minus 45, center, then it will ask me to enter the length, press enter. So minus, it will create below this. Below this is negative, above this is positive. So minus 45 has been, line has been created here. So this is all about lines. You can explore this because explaining each and every menu is very difficult because there are a lot of menus. As and when we are solving the problems, we can come through all these things. So again, go back up, then again click on create. Now if I want to make a circle, I need to click on arc. So when I click on arc, I have polar, endpoints, 3 points, tangent, circle with 2 points, circle with 3 points, all these things. Now the circle point plus radius, circle point and diameter, and circle point and edge, this all are identical. So I'll be showing only one. Circle with 2 points, circle with 3 points. So if I click circle with 2 points, I click here 1 point, second point, 1 point, second point, wherever you click, it will go on calculating its distance. So distance between those 2 points is the diameter of that. So it will create circles. So again back up. So circle with 3 points. Now it was 2, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and wherever I click the third point, it will try to make an arc between that 3. It is done here. So then you have tangent. Now tangent to two entities. Enter the radius. I'll just randomly enter as 15. Press enter. Select this and this. So now when I click, okay, in this software you have only one undo command. I'll just click one undo. There is no further undo. So you can undo it only once. Now tangent to two entities, my radius is 15. Now when I select this circle and this circle, so tangent to it, there are many circles created. So which circle I want, I need to click on that. If I want this circle, I need to click on this. If I want this circle, passing tangentially to this circle and this circle, there are two circles. So there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 circles created. So which circle I want, I need to click on that. Now I want the circle which is here. I'll just click on this. So it is tangential to this circle and tangential to this circle. I'm still in the command. So if I select this and this circle tangential, there are many circles created. So which circle I want the outside circle. So I have created one here. Okay, coming back to the main menu, in create, I will select point position. Now I'll click center. Now center of what? Center of this circle, there is a point created. If I click this circle, a point is created. If I click this circle, there is a point created. If I click this circle, there is a point created. If I click this circle, there is a point created. If I click this circle, there is a point created. If I click this circle, there is a point created. So in point also, there are many options how you are going to create that point. So usually we create the points only to mirror or do something. I'll just show you that also. Next, in arc, with the help of endpoints. Endpoints means there is one endpoint here one more endpoint of this line. So it will ask me to enter the radius. By default, I'm giving 25. Sometimes if you give a lesser radius, it may not cross through these 2 points. So crossing these 3 points, I have one arc, second arc, third arc. Which arc I want, I can click on that. I want the outside arc. So it has only selected the, it is not a circle. So it has only created an arc between these 2 points. Still in the command. So I'll show you one more, 1 and 2. So enter the radius. I'll enter the radius as 12. Enter. It has created 4 arcs from this to this point. So I'll select this. So only this arc is being retained. Again, go back. Then in arc, again, what else you have is polar, 3 points, circle with 2 points, circle with point and radius. Now circle, point and radius is, now I have the point there. I know what the point is. First, when you click on any menu command, it will ask on the left hand corner, it will tell you enter the radius. Now radius is 45. I'll just click enter. So it will ask me enter the center point of that circle. So this is one point created, second point created, third point. So if I click on this point, a circle of diameter, radius 45 with this center has been created. So still I'm in the command. If I click, it will create one more circle. Now, if you see, my drawing is outside this coordinate axis. So what I can do is, here it is something called as screen fit. This is there, or screen unzoom by 8%, 0.8%. If I click this, it starts reducing. It starts reducing. Now, this much is too small, so I want it to be fitting the entire screen. So I'll just click screen fit. So entire drawing has been fitting into the screen. Understood till here? We'll move in the next one. So again, going to the main menu, you have modify. Modify means you have some drawing and you want to modify. You have fillet options, trim, break, join, normal, two knobs, extend, drag, all this. We are going to use only this first four mm, commands in all the exercises. First one is a fillet. Fillet is something, the corner point you need to round it up. So first you select radius, click on radius, you select the radius as around 10 or 7, whatever is given, press enter. Now fillet angle is less than 180 degrees, trim to fillet or radius fillet. Now there are two options, whether you want to trim or not to trim. If I say trim, what will happen? And if I say don't trim, what will happen? First I'll click no, that is N, and here I will select this line and this line. So what it has done, it has filleted, that it has created a curve but retaining these two lines. That is, trim command was given as no on the left hand corner. You can see here it was given as no, so it has retained these two lines. But if I have said yes, okay, what will happen? I'll just see undo if it now when I've said yes, I'll go to the same fillet. I'm still in the same fillet command. I'll select this line and this line. What has happened? It has trimmed these 2 points, two lines, and it has filleted. So if I select this and this, it has filleted. So if I select this and this curve, it has filleted. If I select this and this, it has filleted. I select this and this, fillet. So it requires two lines with minimum radius specified. If you go below that, sometimes it cannot create that fillet around it. So this and this line, it has created this and this, it has created. So now when I select this and this, it cannot, because the entity is very small to fillet it here, because already I have filleted it here. So understood the fillet command. Fillet is nothing but rounding off the edges, whether you want to trim or no trim. Go to backup, then you have trim. Now trim is a very tricky option. In solid edge and all, you used to select which one you want to delete or undelete or take it out. So when I want to trim one entity, I'll select this line and this line. So only one entity has been trimmed. So which you want to delete, you did not click on that. So I will first select this entity and select this entity. The other thing is gone. Select this and this. Select this and this. So this is gone. So this is a single entity. You can just make a trial and error, because make now I want to trim two entities. So I want this line to be retained, this line to be retained. So what it will say, select the entity to be trimmed. So I'll select this as first entity, this as second entity. What has happened is the other part has been taken out. I will select this line and this line. This has been trimmed. So here I'll just see if it's possible. This and this. Yeah, the intersection of these two. So trim is which one you want to retain. You need to click on that, and which one you don't want to retain or trim it off, you need not select that at all. Then go back. Then you have break at two pieces. Okay, select the entity to break one, enter the breakpoint. I will enter randomly on this. So now whether it has broken or no, how to check it is, when you go near this, I want to select a line. Okay, when I in points, so this is still a single entity. So what I'll do is, it has not broken it properly. I'll go to the main menu, go to modify, go to break at length. Okay, break at length, select an entity. This is my entity, length 25. Okay, break, select an entity again. I can select this entity, break at 10, enter. So now if you go near this is one single entity, this is second, this is one entity, this is second entity. I wanted to break at 25. So from here length, it has taken 25 and it has broken here. So now I want to join. What I have broken, I want to join. Again, go to modify, click on join, select an entity. This is one entity, this is second entity. Okay, it has now, if you go near it, the entire thing is white. So this is the single entity. So you can join anything where there are two broken parts, you can select it easily. Okay, now coming back to the main menu, what we'll do is, we will delete all points. When I click, all the points are gone. When I click on the lines, all the lines are gone. When I click on arc, all the arcs are gone. So what I'll do is, I will solve the first exercise and I will show you how to do that. So the all the commands, like right now you are on the construction plane is top view and the geometric view is top view. Here you have all the isometric views, top view, front view. If you have to do a volume, then you need to go for the front view. That is, I need to build a volume. So right now it is G top view and your construction plane also is top. So your X and Y axis is like this. So now you can't see this extra line or the point line. I'll just click on screen repaint. So everything is repainted. Just click it, screen repaint, it will refresh. Sometimes it won't, you need to. And you have a delete option here, delete, undelete, single, screen clear colors, all these things are there. So your first example has been actually uploaded on the classroom, in all the classrooms. So what I'll do is, I'll first go to create. It is to draw a rectangle and two circles. So rectangle with 2 points. The first point I want it at origin. I can either specify it on the keyboard, enter the lower left corner, or I can just select origin. So the first point is created at this origin. Now the second point is 55 across x and y axis. So I'll type 55. So enter the coordinates. It will come when I click write 55 comma 55. So when I click enter, a square of 55 by 55 is created. It is again a rectangle, but since the dimensions are identical, it will become a square. So from origin, it has created. If it is only one point, it will give a different option. So I have created this first. Now next, I need to create a circle here inside this and one circle here. So what I can do is, I have many options. Now first what I'll do is circle, point and radius. or circle, point and diameter. Since I know the diameter as 35, I'll just click circle, point and diameter. So diameter, it will ask on the left hand corner, enter the diameter as 35. Okay, press enter. Now you need to specify the point here. Now specifying the point exactly of half the distance, I don't know exactly where it is in the space. So what I'll do, I'll just type 27.5, that is the x-axis, comma 27.5, that is the y-axis. Just press enter. Okay, there is a circle created. Now the same circle with the same diameter, I require it on this side also, at a distance of 82.5 from x-axis, but at the same y-axis line. So either you can create a line and create one endpoint and do that. Since I'm in the same command, what I'll do is, my x-axis is 82.5. Okay, my y-axis remains same as 27.5. 7.5. Still I'm in the same command, so I'm just giving the coordinate axis because my circle is ready. So press enter. Now what has happened? Click on the main menu. Okay, see, now this white line has not gone because of the graphics interface. Just click on screen repaint. Now these two are created. Now there is a fillet here and there is a fillet here. There is a fillet here and there is a fillet here. Fillet means having a round corner. So now I can draw a circle here, then trim, or directly fillet it. Now how to fillet that? Go to modify fillet. My fillet radius is 7.5 radius, 7.5 mm. I'll press enter. Now when I do that, I want to trim. You need to click yes to trim. I'll select this circle and this line. Now if you have seen, this part is gone. So how to recreate, I will tell you in the later stage. This one is there. Now sometimes while selecting also, it happens that it is a different way. I'll select this and this has gone. If I undo and I select this line first and this circle, still it is gone. Okay, so the second one is here. I want to fillet here, so it has filleted here half. So how to retain this part, or how to have a mirror object? So what I'll do is, first I'll keep it like this only. I'll go to create. I'll create a point. I'll create the position. My first position is the center of this circle. My second position is the center of this circle. So I'll just click center of this circle and center of this circle. Center again. Wait, sorry. Okay, the point was created. Make up. Every time that center has to be selected, center of this circle. Okay, there are two lines, 2 points created. What I'll do, I'll create one more line. Okay, from endpoints, click on endpoints. This is the first endpoint and this is the second endpoint. A line is created. Now I want one more point here to mirror it across this. What I'll do, I'll go to create point position. I need a point here. So what will be my coordinate axis? It will be 27.5. I don't want y-axis, so comma 0. Press enter. One point is created here. So again, go to backup. Go to line. Here I can directly select a vertical line between the endpoints. Vertical line selection will become, this is one endpoint and this is second endpoint. So it will enter the y coordinate, x coordinate. It will say press enter. So now these two lines are created. So what is next? So what I'll do is, I'll go to the main menu. I have something called as X form, that are the transformations. In transformations, I have mirror, rotate, scaling, scale XYZ, translate. So I want to mirror this across this or mirror this across this. So I'll click on mirror. Now when you click on mirror, it will say unselect, chain, window, all these things. I'll click chain. Next, select chain. It will select the entire thing which is interconnected, so I don't want that. So I'll go back. Okay, I'll go back again. I'll just show you. When I click on mirror, I have the selection directly, so I'll select this arc and this arc. Now when I select that, you need to click done. It will ask you x-axis, y-axis, line and 2 points. Now I can either go with these 2 points. Since I have drawn a line, so I click on along line, select this line, It will ask whether you want to move, copy or join. If I say move, this entire thing will be mirrored directly onto the other side, and this part will be left blank. But if I say copy, so this one more copy of this will be created on the other side. I'll say okay. So if you see, there is a change in color because I have done some transformation on this arc. So this is one entity, this is second entity. So what I'll do is I'll go to main menu, I'll go to modify, I'll say join. Join what? I want to join this and I want to join this. So if I come near this, now it is single entity. Now I want to join this, I want to join this. Okay, so it is not allowing me to join. Okay, let it be, not a problem. Again go back, click on join. We'll see this. Will not because they don't have the same center of radius. Okay. Now go to backup. Now since if I mirror this on this side, it will be overlapping. So if it overlaps, it does not create the toolpath. So what should I do? I will first only mirror this arc. Okay. I'll go to X form, click on mirror, select only this and this line since I want that line also. Press done. It will ask you about which axis. You say about a line or those 2 points. Select this line. I want to copy or I want to join either of them. If I click on join, what will happen? It has joined this entire thing. I don't want that to happen. So I'll go undo. Again, select only this arc and this line. Click on done along the line. Select this line. Then only copy. I don't want to move it also. Okay. Now what it has done is it has created one more here. Now in the screen fit, you can, the only drawing is fit here. So this fillet and this red line has been mirrored with this and this. So what I will do is I will go to first delete. Okay, I will delete this line. I don't want that line. I will delete this line also. I'll delete this point. I will delete this line. I'll delete this point. I'll delete this point. So what is there? I have an incomplete arc here. I don't have that. I need to create that. Then I need to create a line here and a line here which will join this box. So what I'll do is I'll go to main menu. I'll go to create line, horizontal or vertical. I'll select vertical line because I need to join these two. So I need to first select endpoints. That is, I need to join this endpoint to this endpoint. Press enter. Again, this endpoint to this endpoint. Press enter. So this part is complete. Now what about this? How to do this? So go to main menu, go to create, click on arc. Okay, now if I draw the circle, then I'll have to overlap on this. I don't want to do that. So what I do is select arc between endpoints. Okay, this is the first endpoint, this is the second endpoint. So what was the radius? Diameter was 35, so radius will be, if you don't you cannot calculate, what you can do is 35 directly divided by 2. You can put the equation there and select. Now it has created arc across these 2 points with one. This is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. Now which one we want to retain? I want to retain this arc only. So I'll just click on this. So it has retained that. Now if you see, this geometry is complete. Screen repaint, screen fit. So since the entire screen is visible only for the drawing, well, slightly unzoom it by 8%, 0.8. Okay. Now this is the geometry which has been created. Now I need to simulate and check whether this geometry is machinable or not. So this part, whatever you did right now, is creating the geometry. That was all in the create, file, modify commands. So next one is tool paths. When you click on tool paths, it will ask you contour, drill, pocket, facing, surfacing, multi-axis, all the operations. Whatever you select, the operations will be here. This is the operations manager. So first what I'll do is to cut a raw material, to cut a product through a raw material, I need to select a raw material. So if you go on the main menu and click on toolpaths, you will find all the operations here, and then you have something called as job setup. So once you click job setup, you will find the origin at the center. Okay, then this is x0 y0 and this is the z. Z is the depth of sorry, the thickness. Here z will be positive because thickness cannot be negative. So when I click on display stock, it will ask me stock dimensions must be defined before stock may be displayed. So I have to select origin, select corners, bounding box, and say extensions. So what I can do is, since I know the dimensions, my y axis was 55 maximum. So additional material I'll give as 60. My x axis was 82.5 plus 18. I'll somewhere around 110, 110, and my depth or the thickness will be 10. 10 thickness, my z. So hence I click here display stock because I have put this stock area and fit to screen. So when I press OK, it has created a job with that. Now what mistake has been done is, here in the job setup, since you can see this red dotted line, it has selected symmetrically around the origin, but I am doing everything in the first coordinate. So again, click on job setup. This red plus point, you need to click it here, the left mouse click here, not below, it should be above. So when I do this and press OK and say screen fit, you can see this raw material is overlapping in the first quadrant but overlapping with the product. So since I am going to start with the tool here, my tool will be having certain diameter, so it is going to undercut this product. So what should be done? I will slightly move this x on the left side and this y on this side. So how it will be done, I'll just show you here. I will move it by, okay, I'll just show you the positive part. If I say 5 by 5, I'll press OK. Now what has happened is, if you, I'll just screen repaint. Now this red dotted line has moved x by 5 and y by 5. So my product will be still more undercut. So I need to move this. I'll just unzoom it. Okay, now I need to move this raw material from this origin 0 to negative x. Okay, negative x and negative y. So that I want this point here. So to create that point there, again click on the job setup. Instead of positive 5, you make it as negative 5. So here you just put a minus sign and press OK. Now what has happened? This, it has moved by 5 in y axis and minus 5 x axis. Now still it is going to undercut this. So you have two options. Now this is applying geometry, since you know the geometrical this one. Otherwise you can select corners. Click on select corners. I'll select this corner, and across this I will select this corner. So it has taken its coordinate axis. Only z I need to mention. I will mention z as 10 and press OK. Now what has happened? It has created with the help of corner, one point here and one more point here, and it has created the raw material. Now this raw material, how it looks, okay, how can we see it in a different angle? You can go with the geometric view. If I go with isometric, you can see here, this is my raw material, screen fit. This is my raw material with 10 thickness, and my geometry is going to be cut in this raw material. So I'm going to get my geometry in this. So again, I'll go with G top view, screen fit. Okay, I'll reduce it by slightly. Okay, now I have selected the raw material. I know the geometry drawing. I need to give what operations I need to do it on this. I'll first go to contour. Contouring means end milling or cutting this part out of the raw material. So here I will select chain because my entire part has to be selected. When I click on this, entire geometry has turned white. So that is the selection. If it does not turn white and somewhere there is a green part, means you have an overlapping geometry on that. So this has been selected. Once it is selected, press done. A pop-up window will come. where it will ask you for the tool parameter. This is the box here. It will say left click on the tool to select, right click to edit or define. So now I need to define a new tool. So in this box, you right click, get tool from the library. Just click tool from the library. There are many tools available in the library. So there is 1 mm flattened mill, 2 mm. If you go on scrolling down, this will you will get ball and mill, bull and mill, all these things. So in this, what I'll do is I will select 2 mm. I'm selecting the smallest because my edges are sharp. Okay, I don't want to have a rounding edge. So I'll select the smallest tool. I'll click OK. Okay, my tool has been created, but I need to give the parameters for this tool, how it should cut and what depth it should cut. Now, what I'll do, I'll just delete this. I'll do one thing. I'll go back. Again, I will click on operations, or here I'll click on contour. Contour, chain, select this. Okay, press done. So here, if there is already a tool, I can just select this tool, or again go for a get tool from library. Already this is there. I go to contour parameters. Wait 1 minute. So now what operations I have given? There is no operations been available. Okay, I'll again go back to main menu. Tool paths, job setup was already done. So I'll go to the contour operations, select chain, select this. So it has become white. This I'm just repeating the step to make you understand. Click done. Now already there is one tool here. It was delete this tool. Again in this window, I'll right click, get tool from library. So I'll select 2 mm flattened mill. I'll press OK. Now I have selected the tool. You can see its parameters here. Contour parameters means what operation I need to do. Now there are again, see, there is something called as computer compensation in computer. Left, off, tip, all these things. Only this compensation is, I'll tell you how this compensation works. First, don't change the retract, don't change the feed plane, not the top of stock, only the depth of cut. Now depth of cut, if you're sitting in front of the system, towards you is positive, away from you will be negative. The depth of cut from the top you will be, my tool has to move downwards, so I need to give -10 as depth of cut. -10 means it should go in the downward direction, that is the depth will be 10 mm in the downward direction, so it will be -10. If it is in the upward direction, it will be +10. So here I have given the left compensation. It is by default. See what will happen when I give left compensation. So the geometry is white color. I'll first put the screen fit. If you see, the geometry is in green color here right now, and the blue color is the contouring parameter. That is, it has to follow this path. But what is happening? It is going to undercut it because the tool is going to cut it from inside. I don't want this to happen. So click on operations. Okay, click on operations, the operation which you have created for contouring. Here click on the parameter. So the parameters, click on contour parameters. It was left compensation. I'll give right compensation. When I give right compensation, you can just check. Okay, once I update anything in the operations manager, you need to select all the operations whichever you have modified and regenerate path. Once you regenerate, it will regenerate as it is shown. So when I given right compensation, the tool is outside and it is going to cut from the outside. Now you don't want the compensation at all, that this part can be produced without having much of the dimensional properties. Then again you can go to the parameters. In parameters you can go to the counter parameters. In counter parameters you can put it off. See, the moment I put it off, this line will overlap onto the geometry line. So when I press OK, you can't see anything because I have not regenerated. You need to click on regenerate path. When I click on regenerate path, this is how it is overlapping the geometry. Now if you see the circle, half radius is inside, half is outside. So I am however going to lose half the part here. So again click on parameter. Okay, contour parameter. Now how to know whether to give left compensation or right compensation? Either you can go with this method, or when you see the arrow, which side it is heading. If the arrow is on the top side, that is the clockwise, then you need to give left compensation. If the arrow is counterclockwise, then you need to give the right compensation. Now here left is not the option, right compensation is the option. I'll press OK, and then I press regenerate path. So outside it is created because my arrow was on the top side, so it will be the left compensation. Or if my arrow is on the downside, it will be right compensation. So now regenerate path, things are over. Now in this operations manager, you need to click verify. When you click verify, first thing what you need to do is click on this configure of job setup, because you have already set it up. You need to use job setup values. When you do that, this values change. You need to do it only once in the entire exercise and press OK. Now once I press OK, here there are different options of the simulation. This is rewind, play, pause, and then fast forward. And this is what type of speed you want on the simulation. I'll go with the slowest one and press OK. So there is a tool which is coming. It's going to cut this geometry. This is the simulation which it is showing. Now here the tool has cut this from the raw material, and this I can take it out and use it for further processing. This will show how the simulation is going to be done. Now if I click on the fast method, just press play, it'll start cutting it very fast. It is just the simulation, it is not the actual thing, it is just a simulation. These things will be specific to the machineries. Now since I'm using mastercam, okay, I'm just seeing here. If there is some problem there, it will show me some error here. Error means it will show a red color mark. Wherever the cutting cannot take place, it will show me red color mark. Now since the tool retract is on the higher side, I can't see the tool. I want to see the tool and I want to show it. Again, click on the parameter, go to the counter parameter. The retract is 50, I will give it as 25. Why I need to give the retract option is the tool should not cut over the part and then go and stay at the home position. So now what I did, I updated a parameter. So I need to select all, regenerate path. It has regenerated. Click again on verify. You don't have to go and configure the job setup again. You just need to cut it. So still I can't see the tool. So what I'll do is I'll just again go back to the parameter. Counter parameters, instead of 25, I will give only 10. Say OK. Now I have updated the parameter. So again, I need to regenerate path. Click on verify and again play the simulation. You can see this tool appearing here. Okay. Now this is what the exercise is all about. This is the first exercise. So after this, what we have to do is, okay, we need to screenshot this, okay, put it in the paint file, and from paint file how to get a printout is the later stage, but you need to store this image first. So what I will do is go to the file, okay, I will save and everything. I'll just save. So when it comes to save, you can save it wherever you want. I will save it on the desktop right now. I'll show you. I'll go to the desktop. .mc8 is the extension for this. So this is my exercise number 1, exercise exercise mill 1, and stay save. Now I have saved this. So this operation is gone. What is saved is not the final product, it is only, and I re-enter that, I can open only this. So again I need to go to the operation, select all, and regenerate path. So how that will happen, I'll just show you. Okay, now my file is stored outside. It is exercise mill1. When I click exercise mill1, it will open the same file. You can check, this is isometric view. Again, you can click as G top view. Okay, you have to again press F9 to know the grids. Then you can click screen fit. So this is there. You don't have to do anything. You just need to click toolpaths, go to operations. It is already stored with the operations. Regenerate path, verify, go to the player. Configuration is already done because it's all saved. Just click on play. Now once this is done, click on the print screen option. Okay, print screen option is there on the keyboard on laptop. PRTSC is written. Just click on that. This entire screen is captured. Minimize this. Right click, create a new bitmap image. Okay, you can type as mill1. Let's enter. So now this is a file you need to edit. You need to open it with paint. Click on the paint file. Okay, now this selection is there. Select this, click here and paste it. Control V or right click and paste. So this entire screen is generated. I want only this black part. So what I'll do is I will click outside. Okay, I click outside. I will reduce this till here. Okay, I don't want this. I'll just clear this off. Okay, now what you need to do is go to this paint, fill it with color. Just right click because you have the white paint selected in the tool. Click on text. Text, what you need to write is your name, that is Vinayak Kulkarni. Okay, now this is overlapping. What you need to do is I'll just show you this Vinayak Kulkarni. I just pull it more. Okay, my USN number, USN, I remember USN 2GI 03M118. Okay, and write exercise number 1. Okay, now this is what you need to upload it in the classroom. I will be creating the exercise assignments. You need to create, and you need to create this image and start uploading on the classroom. So this is exercise number 1. Then you have exercise 2, exercise 3. The other exercises will, the demo will be given by Prajakta ma'am and Tushar sir. This is the first exercise demo. So exercise number 1, you need to upload it. So once you have done this, you can save it. So what you need to do is you need to upload the exercise mill1 and mill this file and this one. Okay, I'll just check the file properties. The file properties is 276 KB, so it's okay for us. It is in KBs. So for every exercise you need to upload the drawing file, that is the screenshot file, and the exercise file. So both you need to upload. Understood till here? Any questions you have, you will be given the time slot. In that time slot you need to check how to do it. So this is the demo about this exercise. No, so now this was only countering. What I'll do is I'll just delete this operation. Okay, and I delete this operation, you'll get a blank screen, but the job setup is still the same. What I'll do, something called as pocketing. Now what is pocketing is, within the raw material I want to take out some material from the raw material. So I'll again select chain. I'll select this is the pocketing area which is going to be done. I'll say okay. Now here you don't require the left and right compensation. It is only during the contouring. In I will select the same flattened mill. I select the pocketing parameter. My depth of cut will be only 5 mm because I just need to take out, so it will be -5. Then you have roughing and finishing parameter in pocketing. I can go with zigzag, I can go with whatever the lines you can see, the same way the tool is going to move around. So true spiral, zigzag, all these things, I'll go with true spiral. Step or distance and other things will be discussed for the last exercise, how exactly it is going to work. I press OK. Now if you see, the toolpath is created within this. Now if you see, there is what do you call it as the tool. If you can see the edge of this, I'll show you screen zoom, only screen zoom one corner of this, select a rectangle, it will zoom it. So my toolpath will be till here because my radius of the tool will be somewhat this much and this part will not be machined. So if I go select all, regenerate path and verify, so now what will happen is instead of contouring, it will take out the material. I select this. So since I have given true spiral as its operation, so what will happen is it is going to start cutting it in a true spiral way. So round and round it is going to go. So if I click on the fastest simulation, I start doing it and it has taken out material. So the material in the countering I can take out and I can put it in this. It can be as a jigsaw saw puzzle. So now you saw how it is moving. It is moving round and round. Now if I don't want that, I can go with roughing and finishing parameters as only one way or just zigzag. I'll just give zigzag. What will happen is just check. When I do that, what you need to do is you need to regenerate the path. The moment you regenerate path, the path is regenerated. So you can see it has become straight. So again click on verify, go to this and play. Okay, this is the fastest one. I'll make it a bit slow. You can see how the tool moves. It will move only in the zigzag direction. So the first one, it has to make a small hole to pierce through the raw material. So once it pierces through the raw material, then the operation of zigzag will start. A bit slow, so I'll move it fast. So I'll just stop it here for a while. If I want, okay, I'll again regenerate path. I'll verify. If I want the solid to be seen, here on the left hand side, turbo tool, wireframe tool, display holder. Now I'll click on display holder. You can see how exactly that holder also looks like. It is also showing the holder. Okay. Now when I go slow, you can see it's a zigzag. So the parameter, everything once it is set, how the movement of the tool has to be. It is zigzag, so it is going to do in a zigzag way. So now if you can see here, it is a rough cut. So it is going to be zigzag in a rough cut and finally it will go along with this and make a smooth cut around it. This is a pocketing. The previous one was contouring. This is pocketing. I'm just showing this as an option that you can do pocketing in this. So see, it is doing the finishing operation. Just one single line, it will just cut through it. So this is not required. The previous one which I had showed, that is required. So uh, for each of the exercises, it is a different way whether I want pocketing or contouring. And then you have drilling also, that demo will be given in the further exercises. This is what the demo of the first exercise and the demo of the software. So all these things are available. You need to explore it, as we can't take the entire lab into this consideration because you need to explore. It is one way of learning. So this is it. So I will exit this. I don't want to save. I'll exit this. So you remember, we will be creating the class assignments. You need to upload your exercise, that is the drawing file, as well as the exercise of the master cam. You need to upload both into one assignment. So multiple assignments will be created. The number of exercises will be decided. As of now, we have 10 exercises in master cam and 3 exercises in Fanuc, and 3 exercises in sorry, the Fanuc programming, 3 exercises in milling, and 3 exercises in turning. So once we decide this, how many exercises to be done, we will decide and we'll create the assignments in the classroom. So you please practice this, and at least by 31st December, you need to upload at least one exercise if possible, and we will be giving you time to solve it. Solve at least one. You can do it by yourself, and you can if you have any difficulties, there is a time slot being given. Time slot will be given. You can ask your doubts during 7th Jan to 13th Jan in the lab sessions, and please take this seriously and at a priority. Okay, because this is will be there for your final exam, and you need to come and do that. Okay, so this is it. So I'll stop presenting, and I will stop recording.